Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. Another episode of Life on the Ave. Super excited to be here. We have business to attend to, so I'm going to jump right into it. I'm sitting here with Dan Sheridan. I'm going to give you a quick bio. It's very short and sweet.
Good.
All right, cool. Dan Sheridan is the head chef and owner of Stitch House Brewery, Locale BBQ Post, and the newest venture, The Post in Trolley Square. Dan was adopted from Columbia when he was little and grew up in the 40 Acres neighborhood, aka Trolley Square. It's a hot debate, where he still resides today. Dan went to a bunch of Wilmington local schools. You have a little list of them. Yeah, Highlands, AI Middle, and then McCain for high school. Mm-hmm. You went to Widener and UD for college, graduated, and you were cooking to pay your bills.
Yes.
Cool. Then you decided to go all in on cooking and you moved to Sydney, Australia for 2 years to attend Le Cordon Bleu.
Cordon Bleu, yep.
What a name, which is a world-renowned culinary school. Huge, massive. I looked it up.
Yeah, yes.
Massive.
Yeah. Locations everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
I just picked the furthest one.
I love that.
I was like,
get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then your latest adventure, as I mentioned before, is The Post, which is set to open in the 40 Acres neighborhood, hopefully this month. So thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. We're here to mostly talk about The Post, which I think our team is probably most excited about just because we are literally a block up. So tell us about it.
So the Post, it's going to be we're branding it as a high-end smokehouse. Originally, we wanted to just do a massive barbecue place,
Right.
especially with the local barbecue post already being established and good following. But our original plans, they were like 120 seats.
Oh, wow. Huge.
It went all the way back in the property. So obviously we didn't want to just completely go to battle with the neighborhood, and because
I know how that is.
Yeah, it would have been completely, and with they had good reason to be a little weary. So
for those of you that don't know, 40 Acres is like a very tight knit community. People like things to stay the same. Mm-hmm. People like us, people like Dan want to come in and make it better and change things up, and a lot of people don't like that.
It's kind of a push pull of the newer generation, I guess you could say. But so after we cut out the whole back portion as a restaurant, it ended up only being around 40 seats.
Okay.
And any chef will tell you that's like a nice little sweet spot for fine dining. You can take your time with plating. Everything can be, beautiful and perfect. So I was like, let's just do fine dining, and let's coin it, fine dining smokehouse, high-end smokehouse, either way. We'll still have the smokers on site. There'll still be odes to barbecue throughout the whole menu. You got a little peek of it.
Yep.
So we want to keep it kind of that vibe of smoke and approachable. But it's not just here's 10 pounds of brisket with like a squirt bottle of sauces. It's like it's like, oh, our brisket's our brisket's with this and that, and it's on a beautiful plate and all that. Nice cocktail list, nice wine list. So we're excited, and the back area is now a huge garden.
I was going to say, tell us about the back area, what your plans were back there.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
So
it's been under construction for a while.
Yeah, it's been about a probably 2-year process at this point, which is insane. But we see the light at the end of the tunnel. When we fully decided to just abandon the restaurant for the whole property, we were actually approached by a woman, Jerry Hirsch. She's a super energetic old lady, lives around the neighborhood, PhD, adjunct professor at American. And she was like, what are you doing with this space back here? And I was like, I want to do a garden, but I don't know much about gardening. Right. And she was like, well, I do. I set up urban gardening everywhere.
Cool.
And I was like, okay. She was like, what are you doing with this little house? That little hut.
Right.
And I was like, again, I don't know now.
Right.
She was like, I would love to teach, just have it be like a creative classroom. Because she's kind of she has tons of different things that she does, ceramics, makes tinctures, makes stuff with things from gardens that she grows. So she can give all these classes, small sizes. They can, order little bites from us. And so it slowly kind of morphed into all right, let's mess around. But then since we had kind of all this time on our hands.
While you're waiting for the permits in city.
Me and the other guys in my company, Chef Rob and Barrett and a couple other guys, we don't like to sit around. So we were like, well, let's just start ripping this up.
Yeah.
And so we just cleared it all out, got beds down there. We were sifting dirt for months, just by hand, just to get the rocks out. It's huge, but now it's like a labor of love. We have 3 trees back there already. We have pear trees, fig trees. It's crazy. We'll have tons of tomatoes in the summer months. We should have at least a couple menu items that are fully
from the garden.
Just that. And
That's so
it'll
cool.
have like a cool little asterisk,
Yeah.
you know, and then we got more obsessed with growing. And Barrett, my chef de parte over there, he is like real big into hydroponics and grow rooms. So the upstairs of that building, we actually are setting up into a grow room.
Wow.
For micro herbs, and it's really going to let us just have
take it to the next level.
yeah, like we can choose whatever we want to
And
grow.
is it going to be like a community space then?
But yeah, like we'd like to see people come down, definitely sign up for classes that like
Right.
Jerry are giving, you know, possibly invite other artists to the whole vibe of the restaurant is also very creative and artist oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have Samara Weaver, she's making all of our plates for us, and she's just the stuff that I can't wait to get some images of them with the food on them. So like that's an art, you know. We have a lot of photographers helping out. We have my buddy Joey Pride following us around with drones and stuff when we go out like foraging and such. So he's like into that. He's just like, can I just follow you guys around? We're like, yeah, whatever.
Of course.
So it's like a win-win. So like everyone's kind of getting a way to like show their craft, show their art.
Right.
And it's just like the food and wine is just kind of like tying it together. You know? So I think it's going to
brings people together.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So you kind of mentioned the vibe. Like what is the vibe here? What are we going for? Like I walk through the door. What am I going to be met with?
So it's the fit out itself. I love like kind of juxtaposition. So the fit out itself is very plush.
So the fit out sucked before. Like when it was bad.
It was just a yogurt shop.
It was a yogurt shop. It served its purpose, but like I think you were almost like hindered by that fit out when it was Locale BBQ.
Yeah. It was small, and we always knew that we were going to take a shot at doing something bigger. We didn't know it was going to be on this level.
Yeah.
Because now we have like the whole building and we have the whole property.
So it used to be you'd walk in, it was like ice cream machines, and which you turned into like cute little decor pieces, and then a huge long counter with like your chef like right there.
Yeah. It was
And there was like two or three tables.
Small. Yeah,
it was tiny.
There was no and
you could sit out back.
The bathrooms were like in the main space, so we like took those out. They're in the back now.
Okay.
We put an entire kitchen. We put a huge addition.
So the addition is the kitchen.
That's almost all kitchen. Yeah, that's pretty much all kitchen and a ramp to get out back to the patio. And then we also tucked the bathrooms back there.
Cool.
So now the whole interior space is just all dining.
Perfect.
Nice bar. I think there's 12 seats there. The front windows will open up completely to the street, and that's like a little perch. Now it's up a little higher. So I think those seats, like people will be
post up. Literally,
people will be fighting
post
for those.
Up at the post.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool so nice, beautiful fit out, plush seats, and then surrounded by like a lot of the art are cityscapes, city images. Cool, because we're city guys,
right?
And
which is kind of opposite of like barbecue.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So there's a lot of just like kind of juxtaposition. There's just a lot of very, very light colors on the fit out, and then some of this photography is just pretty edgy. And a city's edgy. So it's, and I think that's you'll see kind of that attitude of the whole, it'll come through in our food and come through in what art we hang and what music we're playing, you know what I mean?
Right. I looked at the menu before we kind of got started, and I think like your prices are super affordable. Like it's nothing crazy. Everything looks like just an elevated version of what I've already seen at Stitch House, Locale. Like it's just like a one step up.
Yeah, I would say it's like that. We want everything. Like we want people to be able to read through the menu and be like, I know what that is.
Right.
And then when they order it, there will be a little surprises in plating and techniques, and they'll be like, wow. Okay, these guys are like on that. But we want everyone to know what they're about to eat. Not be like, what kind of food is there? Or what kind of food is this? And what kind of cocktails are there? Stuff like that. So it should just be a cool place to come. A little more grown vibe for Trolley.
Right.
You know?
And we talked about this, like Trolley is really kind of missing that like go-to like date night space.
Yeah.
I actually just saw someone the other day. She was like, oh, last minute, all of our kids ended up at sleepovers or whatever. And like, we have an extra hour to kill. And like, she was like, I don't really know where to go.
Where do we go?
Like, she doesn't want to go to Oyster House, right? She's like a mom. She's like, I'm done with Oyster House. I'm done with Tap House. I want a good meal, right? Or something, just a little bit more high end. And like, we love the Toscanas, we love the Crowbar, but like sometimes that gets a little tired. So I feel like this is gonna be like the new hot date.
It's just adding, because I mean, if you do go out a lot, then you can only go to one restaurant so many times. So
I don't know. We eat a lot of El Diablo. So.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
we go there a lot.
But I mean,
but it does get old. Not to my husband, but it does get old to me.
Yeah, but we're excited to just add something to the mix.
Yeah.
I think the whole neighborhood's kind of ready for it.
I think so too. So this was a huge investment. You talk about, you moved the kitchen, you did a whole addition on the back.
Yeah.
This is a massive investment.
It's a big job.
Yeah. Plus now the garden space, the whole bar's everything's gutted.
Yeah.
So why this location? You guys could have gone anywhere. You're already downtown at Stitch House. You could have gone to O2, Newark, like so many fine places. Why here?
And we've had plenty of opportunities. We still might take some, but when we heard the yogurt shop wanted to leave, just growing up in this neighborhood, I was just like, I
got to get back to your roots.
Yeah. My business partner, Snowburger, you guys know him.
He says he's coming on the pod. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, he's hard to track down even for me. I feel like I get him on the phone the most, and that's still he's a busy guy. But I remember right when it came up, our convo was very short.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't even care if we get the liquor license. Like, let's just get this space because they don't open, new places here ever.
No. Never.
Or it's just like a transfer of ownership and it's still kind of the same thing.
Right.
So I was like, let's just take a shot. Obviously this is like the bar area. Yep. So as far as locations go, it might be one of the best in the state. It's up there for sure.
Yep, I agree.
You have all the walking traffic from the neighborhood, and those people most people that live around here have a little bit of cash, and they like nice stuff, and I think would fit in perfect. And it's like, our hospitality company is 40 acres of hospitality. It's like, we got to have a 40-acre spot.
I love that.
So, it was pretty much a no-brainer. It's just, let's get in there.
How does this complement with Stitch House? Are you doing Stitch House beers?
We'll definitely have Stitch House beer. We'll have a small draft list. They'll all be Stitch House beers.
Cool.
On that. We also have a bottle list of some really good domestics.
Which is Big Stitch Nick gone? Last time I was there, they didn't have it.
They didn't have it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? No,
that's my favorite beer.
You must have caught. No, that'll be.
Must have been a bad day.
I told Andrew, I was like, we obviously have to have Big Stitch Nick, so always have that.
It's my go-to when I go there.
I told him the Cherry Pit. It's a cherry sour he makes. I said, I want that and that on all the time. And then we'll have 2 more rotating, and then a cider from Liquid Alchemy.
Oh, nice. I love that place.
I had never been.
What?
I had never been.
That place is a hidden gem.
I gotta admit, I'm not a mead fan.
No, but I enjoyed it.
I know. And then one of my reps, Teddy Stewart, was like, go check out Liquid Alchemy, because I was asking him about ciders, and he was like, they have really good ciders too. And I spent a whole day there by myself.
Good for you. Did you talk to the owners?
With the owner, they're awesome. He was just giving me all these,
and they show you pictures before they did it. Yeah, everything. I loved it.
Sick. His passion for that caught on. I was like.
And they're in a crazy wild location. But if you know about it, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there drinking, having a good time.
And they do food trucks and all that.
Yeah, so we have their ciders on. I was like, we got to do a cider dinner, like, for sure. Because he had like so many different ones.
Great.
They were all
great people.
But so Stitch House will be like that. It's kind of a lot of the staff will carry over.
Nice.
So people see some familiar faces. But besides that, it is pretty different in all aspects. Stitch is a massive. Massive.
Because they're a big brand now.
It's a beast. It's big inside. It takes a lot of people just to run even on a slow day. Like, you got to have a lot of people there. So it's going to be kind of nice here. It's 40 seats. We're not doing lunches. So we just kind of.
But you have a brunch menu, I saw.
Yes.
Is that for weekends?
Brunch Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect.
Sunday we'll only do brunch.
Cool.
We'll just rip it till 4 and then
be done.
And give everybody. I'm a chef by trade, so I'm big on not burning people out. So it's
smart.
like we're closed Monday, Tuesday. So Sunday evening off.
Perfect.
Monday, Tuesday, everyone come in. Get all your drinking out them days and come back in Wednesday ready to go. And
that's smart.
Yeah,
I love that. Well, we'll definitely be there for brunch, especially like after church on Sundays.
Yeah, brunch should be it.
All right, so let's pivot to you. How did when did you know you wanted to do this? You went to college. You decided to go to culinary school. Like, at what point were you like, I'm going to go all in on this world?
I probably caught the bug over in Australia. I went to Australia more just to kind of get out. My college roommate at the time was Brian Ashby. His family owns the McGlynn's and the Deer Parks.
Oh, that makes sense. It said with your friend. It didn't say who the friend was.
So Brian was already going because he knew he wanted to get into that business, and
that made sense for him.
He was like, "Hey man, I'm going to this school, Le Cordon Bleu." He was like, if you want to go.
And how old are you at this point? 21, 22?
Just getting out of college. I was working for Anthony Ciani. I was actually selling residential. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's a
Did
maniac.
you sell houses?
Yeah, yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I worked for him like right out of college for maybe a year or so.
Well?
Yeah, because I worked for him.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean, so he kept you fed.
Yeah. He's amazing. He still finds anything that
he gets his hands in everything.
He's great. But
guy.
but once I got over to Australia, I was still kind of like, it's just cool to be in Australia.
Yeah.
But then
that flight is rough.
Oh, it's really rough. Well, we broke it up to like Cali and whatnot. But once I saw like what really good cooking and really good high-end restaurants were some of the places I was like working in while I was in school, then it was it after that. Yeah, I was like, this is just what I want to do. And
so when did you take it from like, okay, I'm into this culinary side to like the business side? Because that's a whole other beast.
It is.
Because some chefs will just partner with an entrepreneur and they'll just cook, and the business guy will do the business.
And that works for some
both.
people.
Like, you do a lot.
I think even before, I mean, like I said, I was like selling houses. I've just always been on a business side of things. I like it's a fun game. Entrepreneurship it's fun. It's tough. Fun. It's very challenging, and I like the challenge.
Yep.
Especially when you start kind of accumulating successes, then you're like, oh, I'm actually I'm actually good at this. Yeah, like let's
That's
go.
how we are with real estate too. When we have a good like hot
streak. You're like, we know what we're doing. Let's keep pushing.
We don't suck.
And so like that little rush is something that you chase.
Yeah.
I've always been. My mom will attest. In school, I just don't listen to anybody.
Neither does Vince. He's the same.
So it was like, you got to kind of, I was like, am I going to keep on working for people, very good people? I worked for, Dan Butler, Bob Ashby, Brian Sikora, really good people. And they were always great to me. But I was still like, I don't want someone telling me when I got to be at work.
Right, totally. So, we got it. And when I work a million hours, I want to feel like it's for something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, so it kind of was like, started with the pickle company, then the barbecue. The pickle company was ripping. I forgot
about that.
Yeah, that was like my little side thing on my days off when I was running Cantwell's.
Crazy.
And then that just morphed into the barbecue, and then it just jumped and you're
still doing pickles. I saw the pickles on the menu.
We still have, we still have
pickle board.
We still have them in a few of the original places that we sold. We definitely like peeled back, with so many restaurants going on. Because I was a part of like Fair and Blitzen when they first opened. Yep. So once I got downtown, it was, and then COVID, and so we're just like, oh, Jesus.
Which we could talk about that at a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that's like hours.
But yeah, so then Locale BBQ is still alive because you're doing catering through that.
Yeah, so we have the same smoker. Our workhorse is the one that's going to be at the post. We'll still have the thing's a beast.
And you're great catering. He catered our rehearsal dinner, like phenomenal. All comes ready to go.
Yeah,
like,
it's a great
hands off, great experience.
It's easy to do, so there's no reason why we can't keep doing it.
Phenomenal.
I mean, it's just trays of meat.
Such good food, and everybody your belly is full. You're eating the mac and cheese. You're not hungry after that meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're good to go.
And
it was a perfect
and it's at a good
dinner.
you don't got to break the bank for it because it's just like.
And it's
just meats.
It's great leftovers.
All we do is smoke them and chop them up and put them in
a bunch of sauces out.
Yeah, it's not like we're doing a crazy amount. So we'll still keep the website live, the social media's live.
Right, because you had diners, drive-ins, and dives there, so people are still
people still get it. And even when we've been closed down, we still have been doing catering for regulars that just
that know you.
Like they don't even know that we've closed because they just order them for their yearly party, yearly this, yearly that. So we've just been doing it at a Stitch House. So it would be nice to have it. Back separate. Yeah, back separate for sure.
All right, so what's your favorite thing? We'll kind of get back to Trolley. What's your favorite thing about living in this area besides the restaurants? Like where can we see you? Where are you at? Like what do you do?
I love being able to walk everywhere.
Yeah. Although I feel like I always see you driving around.
Well, yeah, I do a lot of driving. When it's nice out, I like being close. I do like being close enough to downtown. I can ride my bike in the Stitch. I can obviously walk to the post, and I try to do that as much as I can. My girl's school is around here. They go to St. Anne's. It's a family's still here. It's just me. It's just where I'm at. You get to know your neighbors really fast because there is so much to do outside that you see everybody outside. You're always like, hey, hi.
Everyone starts to know who you are real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, networking is great in the neighborhood too. Like all my neighbors are really good at what they're doing. So you get to meet a lot of bright people, like-minded people. Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's the best neighborhood in the.
So when you're not at Stitch House, you're not at the Post, you're not cooking for a Locale, where else do you like to frequent?
Eating and drinking wise, definitely, like, if I want a nice meal, I hit up my man Billy out at House of William and Mary.
Oh, that place is so good. Nobody's really shouted that out. We've had a lot of people on the podcast talk, and like nobody said William and Mary
outside the city, but
right, because like I'm not a Hocussing girl, but
I take that drive.
That place is fire. I've been twice, and I
take that drive. I'll try to go.
Especially if you get a seat at the bar.
That's where
that bar is.
I try to go post up at the bar, get whatever special he's running, whatever steak special he's running.
Yep, they're phenomenal.
They're great out there. So that's like my
go-to.
I go out there alone a lot actually, and just have a meal, talk to Billy. If Billy's not too busy, it's good to see him.
Good.
Yeah, so that's like my nice meal. Just to get a beer. It's wherever the friends want to go around here. It's the options. Yeah, it's Rooney's is always good. I love Joe McCoy and those guys down there.
I love the McCoys.
So I try to patronize them whenever I can. Yeah.
Tap House, they've done amazing things with Tap House. It's such
They're crushing it out there. I'm like, man, you have lines every time I drive by.
Yeah, I'm super happy for them.
Yeah,
because they made it same thing as you. Like they made an investment in that space.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. And it seems like they're reaping the benefits
and then
of it.
I'm probably at Kids twice a week.
How can you not?
Sure. Yeah,
how can you not? It's so good. It's so consistent. It's so convenient.
Exactly. You sit down, same bartenders every time. That's been a neighborhood spot for me since I could even get a beer there, All
right. So where can people follow you? Where should we be checking like your personals, your social media? Where should we be following you?
Well, my personal stuff, Live and Eat is my Instagram. I'm pretty sure I have the tags of all the businesses there. Yeah. The Post 1715 is for the new, the Post spot. Stitch House Brewery that's its tag. Same with Local BBQ Post. We're all over. Simple. We're all over the socials. Stitch is super active.
Stitch crushes it on socials.
Yeah, Vanessa's our girl. She handles that stuff. She's
great.
I don't even have to talk to her.
The best.
Yeah, it's really good. We get compliments about that all the time. But that's a lot of our updates are definitely through social media at this point.
Well, we'll be at the grand opening if you'll have us.
Yeah, we'll have a couple opening parties for sure.
We'll be at one of them. We'll make sure we tag it up.
Yeah.
And you were one of our first Trolley Trends people of the.
I remember those, yeah.
We sat and interviewed you, so we'll tag that. It's
what
hilarious.
have you had, like 100 episodes since now?
Something
since
like
then?
that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're killing it on
getting
there.
Up there, yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming. Anything you want to leave us with?
Just watch out for us.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully in a month, and it'll be a really, really cool spot.
Worth the wait.
I'm very excited. I'm very proud of what we're about to accomplish, and I hope everyone enjoys it when we finally open.
Hell yeah. Well, that's another episode of Life on the Ave. Thanks, Dan, for coming in. See you next time.